To start off as always, just by kind of doing a bit of a reading for you, a little bit of philosophy on kind of what Spirit want to talk about at the moment. I've actually had quite an interesting sort of couple of weeks because I've been sat there going, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And all they keep telling me is read. I think I said it last week as well, possibly, but that's still the theme of the moment, is just kind of being at peace and doing some reading. And within that reading, it's actually given me a lot of insight and a lot of wisdom, which is beautiful. Those of you who are my personal friend on Facebook will probably have already seen this. I posted it on Thursday evening, I think. Spirit came around me quite strongly with kind of a message that they wanted to share. But I'm going to read it because it was actually... it was quite deep, but very, very meaningful. And as always, just take what you will from what they wanted to say. So it was channeled, as I say, on Thursday. So when you are one with yourself, you are one with the infinite existence of divine creation. When you understand that all you are to become already lies within you, you can become faith in its entirety. You can know it, live it, and be it. All of divine manifestation lies within a single atom, a single ball of energy, where no time or space exists. Where matter no longer matters, it represents freedom at the highest level. Evolution can only exist in a state of oneness, for in oneness nothing else exists. You are love in the purest form. You breathe, feel, and can only see love once you attain a state of oneness. It is in this space where creation becomes reality. For in this space there is no difference between creation and reality. They are one of the same. They are united. It is only when we allow there to be a space between these two elements that our existence doesn't feel where we want it to be. It is in this space or separation between the two that we feel lack or discord. In oneness, we no longer feel the need to continuously create, for in this state we are creation, and everything ultimately is creating itself already. Creation exists in every moment, in every millisecond, and once you close the gap of separation, you will ultimately see creation manifest and miracles happen before your eyes. The colours, the beauty of all being will be your reality, and you will only see clearly with only love. So I just wanted to share that with you. Once I sort of finished channeling it the other day, I had to reread it a few times to really kind of understand the message behind it. And really, the message behind it is so simple. It's simplicity in the purest form. We are all constantly trying to do. Constantly striving for more, constantly trying to look for ways to further ourselves along our path, look for ways to attain more knowledge, to attain everything that we can out of life. But actually, everything that we are to be already lies within us. It already sits within our soul. It's already programmed into our DNA. The smallest of thoughts when I say thoughts, I want to say positive thoughts. The smallest of those thoughts that sort of pop in, the ideas that pop in, they're already there. And they're already there for us to achieve. They're already there for us to be. And sometimes it's not necessarily the constant action. Sometimes it's just the belief and the faith that you hold within for those miracles to manifest. So many times over the years, I've kind of got so caught up in I feel like I need to be doing something. I feel like I should be doing more. Those who know me well know that I have an overall dream, which is to do spiritual work and actually start a charity, which I know it's all in here and one day is going to happen. And whilst I've been off work, I kind of thought, oh, maybe I need to utilise this time to do more, to actually start working towards it and actually getting all of these things out there. And I sat there and I dowsed it and I wrote a long list of things, and it was just as simple as just read, Claire. Just read. Just be at one, just be at peace, just read. And funnily enough, Dean was on FaceTime to me earlier, my other half, and he said, you know what, it's so lovely just to see you so calm, just no anxiety, no worries, nothing, just so calm. And I was sat in the garden at the time, obviously, in my sun is on and stuff, and he's right, because we all do get caught up in all of the of everyday life, especially at the moment when everything around the outside and the exterior is very, very negative. There's the media and everything that the coronavirus and so on is creating with regards to people sadly being very poorly and so on. But then there's the other side of it, and I'm seeing light workers and so on sharing lots of information about sort of backlashes against government and all kind of various different things, which I also see as very negative. And actually what we need to do, as I've said it time and time again, is just be one. It's just all come together in one. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. Love is the thing that can create miracles, and love is the thing that can change everything. So we just need to be in that space of oneness and just be with ourselves. So I guess what I'm trying to say to you all is, don't beat yourselves up for having a day of doing nothing, or using this time just to find your peace and find that kind of inner sanctuary and that place of just being you. Because realistically, I think this is what it's all about. It really is. And whatever being you looks like, whether that's writing, reading, painting, whether that is out potting around in your garden, just do the things that make you happy. Because once we find that sense of happiness, and once we can understand the things that make us happy, then we become joy, and we become love, we become happiness, and we become peace. And once we feel that way, we radiate it. And once we radiate it, we create a much bigger force of just this beautiful air of love, which can just aid this transition into a more peaceful world. I've always said, when I feel at one, I'm going to read it to you later, but when you feel at one, you don't actually need to question anymore. You don't need to constantly ask where you're going. And when it comes to not having to question where you're going, and actually just having faith in your guidance, if you can sit there and say, I'm truly listening to what my heart's telling me. And the reason I say your heart is because actually all of the universe, all of spirit and God lies within you. We often see God as separate, this higher deity that we pray to, that we ask for assistance, support and so on. However, realistically, we are all part of the same. God is an energy. God is an energy, and that energy is the purity of love. And we all hold that within us. We can all be one with that. And if that's the thing that we trust, and that's the thing that we go off every single day on our journey, then we can't go wrong. Regardless of whether we're sitting around doing nothing like I've been. But I needed that space. And I think we all do from time to time. Because it's in that space that we can be at one. And when we're at one, we don't need to think about how we're going to create the next thing, because the next thing's already being created, because you're following the path of your soul. I hope that resonates with you all. There really is a sense at the moment of just allowing yourself to be peaceful and just allowing yourself to find joy. It's difficult because it's a case of we're not necessarily with our families, and some of us feel quite alone and so on. But in a funny old way, I think it's actually bringing us closer together. Dean and I aren't seeing each other at the moment because, bless him, he's frontline, he works in mental health. And we had this conversation the other day where actually, in a way, I feel that we both feel that it, in a funny old way, even though we can't see each other or whatever, it's bringing us closer. And I think that it's very much the same with everybody. We're all reaching out to each other. And that's because we're understanding the needs of other people more, because of the fact that we're having to spend time with ourselves. And then it does bring in that, okay, so-and-so spending time with themselves as well. So actually, maybe I should reach out. And that in itself is creating unity. And unity and that force of love and just being able to touch someone's heart each and every day is actually going to be the force that changes things for the better. So I know it's tough. I know it's hard, sort of when you're kind of sat at home and not really being able to do much, but actually find peace in not being able to do much. Find peace in just having a chill and just allowing yourselves to rest. Try not to consume yourself with the external world and just have that balance. Have that balance and say, today I'm going to shut off. Today I'm not going to listen to all of that. And I'm just going to find peace. And actually that peace will create a force of love so powerful that that's going to be a healing energy in itself, not only for you, but for others. Thank you for listening. I hope I've not rambled too much.